Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Ape Huncho, back at you again with another video. And before we get into this one, I just wanted to let anyone know who doesn't that on a Sunday, I decided to dedicate this day to any news we might have missed throughout the week. Of course, that might not happen on a weekly basis because some stories like today's video might have came out over the past 24 hours or so, but if I can squeeze extra videos in, or if there has been extra news that we do need to catch up on, then of course I will put that on a Sunday video. I have seen people try to send me stories on Instagram, but if I haven't got back to you, I will try and get back to you. And again, if I have missed those stories that have came out throughout the week, I'll be sure to try and put them in a Sunday video. Of course, today's video, like I said a second ago though, did come out over the past 24 hours, and we need to talk about these stories that are coming out of London. This first one is coming out of Brixton, where we're getting reports that 6 people have been shot and 1 person has been stabbed in the same incident. At around 1:30 AM this morning, that would have been the 13th of June 2021, emergency services were called to Ridgeway Road to reports of shots fired. When they arrived, they found a 32-year-old man suffering from stab injuries and shotgun injuries to the leg. He was rushed to hospital where his condition has been assessed as potentially life-threatening, and as of now we don't have an update into his condition. Coming from this same incident, it does seem as if 3 other males and 2 females had either presented themselves to hospital or had been picked up by the London's ambulance service, where they went on to be treated for shotgun injuries to the leg, but thankfully all of their conditions are believed to be non-life threatening. According to a bystander, they told My London News, quote, "I arrived here this morning and the police were everywhere and the tape was up. The gentleman in the newsagents told me there was a lot of fighting going on. As it stands right now, no arrests have been made, but inquiries are ongoing." But this is just the latest with incidents going on in Brixton at the moment. If you guys remember a short while back, we took a look at an unrelated similar story where a man was shot and stabbed only half a mile from where last night's incident went down. In this situation, we're seeing once again a man go on to be stabbed and shot, but this time around multiple people have gone on to be shot, more than likely due to it being a shotgun and the pellets flying everywhere. But a very serious incident where we could have multiple casualties, but luckily the majority of people have walked away with minimal injuries. But I'm pretty sure on behalf of everyone, we're hoping that the man who's in a life-threatening condition can go on to make a recovery. But moving on to our next story, and for this one we've got to head over to Putney, where we're getting reports that a 13-year-old boy has been stabbed. At around 6:30 PM, police had been called to Curtis Road in Putney to reports of a stabbing. When they arrived, they found that 13-year-old boy suffering from a stab injury, and he was taken to hospital, where thankfully his injuries are believed to be non-life threatening. In a statement, the Metropolitan Police have came out to say that they've arrested a 14-year-old boy on suspicion of grievous bodily harm, and he currently remains in police custody. It is pretty sad to see small children going on to be stabbed though. Like, we have to actually let that sink in a moment, that these aren't older teenagers, young adults, older adults. These are kids who should just be enjoying their summer, but for whatever reason are getting caught up in situations like this and are potentially going on to lose their life. It's like the other day we seen Jalen Woods-Bell, a 15-year-old boy who went on to be stabbed to death on his way to school, and since then, in an update, a 15-year-old boy has been charged with murder. So again, we're seeing that victims of knife crime are getting younger and younger as the years go on, so it isn't surprising to see why some parents would be concerned for their child's safety. Luckily in this situation though, we don't have to report another small child dead on the streets of the capital, but moving forward, we hope that this child can get the support that is needed. But moving on to our last story, and this one's coming out of Queens Crescent in Camden, and at around 10:10 PM yesterday on the 12th of June 2021, police were called to reports of a fight at the Sir Robert Peel pub on Queens Crescent. When they arrived, they found a 24-year-old man suffering from a stab injury to his arm, believed to have been caused by a knife, and also a woman in her 30s was taken to hospital for minor injuries. According to witnesses, they've said that a fight had broken out with bottles and knives after the man who had been injured had started to share out some chips. But we don't know any context because that's all that's been reported on in the news. But again, I don't want to give further comment on this situation until we get more details, but if this was over chips, then someone could have potentially gone on to lose their life over chips, and these are the incidents that we are seeing nowadays coming out of the capital. But Let me know what you guys think of this down in the comment section below. Give the video a little like, and if you want the latest drill, street and music news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.